this! Hey, welcome back, Shoddy Base, to another fabulous video.
Lemon boy and me started to get along together.
If you're new, click that subscribe button, like the video. And guys, I'm sorry if there's any background noise. I do live in a house with other people. Ugh. So guys, today's video is Netflix and Disney Plus recommendations. Anyway, so I have my list on my phone, which I know. So, oh my gosh, there's a fly. Won't leave me alone.
What? Child. Anyway, so
Start out with the Netflix recommendations. So the thing is about these is I would recommend Clueless, but it's not there anymore.
So, we are going to start off with the movie Flipped. Flipped is a movie where a boy named Bryce and a girl named Julie move in next to each other, and Julie's in love with him until 8th grade, and Bryce hates her. And it's a truly amazing story about the weird ways that love works.
I would rate Flipped 10 out of 10. It's my favorite movie on Netflix. And the next movie I would recommend, which is, oh my gosh, this fly. Next movie I would recommend is The Karate Kid. So it's a movie about where a boy moves into a crusty apartment.
And then he goes and
What's the word?
then the school bullies pick on him, so he has to learn to defend himself. And he lives in the valley, which is a very popular place for karate. And a guy named Mr. Miyagi, cool dude, he's awesome in the movie. He's like, yeah, we're gonna train you to beat these people, and it's really good.
I would rate it 9.5 out of 10. The next movie I have on my list is Back to the Future, and this is a movie where a kid
Named Marty McFly, his dad is like a total loser. Oh my gosh, this fly. He's a total loser, and he's picked on by his boss. His dad is picked on by his boss. So he goes back in time because he's friends with a crazy scientist that no one likes. And he goes back in time to 1955, and he accidentally messes up the timeline and makes it super good. And it's a triology.
That's one of my favorite movies also. 10 out of 10.
What was that? Okay, James.
The next movie I have on my list is To All the Boys I Loved Before. So Laura Jean, her whole life, she's written out 5 letters. And they're love letters, of course. And I just can't remember. And one day, her sister moves out to go to college, and her little sister sends all the letters out because she wants to make her sister do better, branch out, and have friends for once. So, Peter Kavinsky is one of the letters people, and he got one of the letters. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And since he got one of the letters, he wants to make his ex jealous, which is his ex, is Laura Jean's ex-best friend, so she hates her also.
I would rate it 8 out of 10 because... Okay guys, so the next movie I have on my list is Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. So
This is one of the movies, it's a PG-13 movie. I watched this movie when I was 4 because it's an awesome movie. Well, why wouldn't I? Also, it's one of my dad's favorite movies, so that's why I watched it so young. So it's about Ricky Bobby, who's an awesome race car driver. His dad's a total drug addict, a really bad person, alcoholic. He's crazy. He was born in a car, so that's pretty cool. He's always had this thing for going fast, so he became a race car driver, and his best friend Cal also became a race car driver. Then he gets into a wreck as a race car driver, and it ruins his life. His best friend takes everything from him, but they're still friends with me. I don't understand. Anyway, it's an awesome movie, 10 out of 10. It's what
basically built my humor. 10 out of 10. That's my rating is 10 out of 10. English, please. I have on my list is Legally Blonde. This one's a classic. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it.
I recently watched it not a month ago, 2 weeks ago. It was really good. It's about this girl named Elle. She's a sorority girl, and her boyfriend breaks up with her because she's too stupid. She's actually really smart. She just doesn't use that smartness in the right way. So she goes to Harvard to prove him wrong, and I give it 9 out of 10 because it's kind of a weird movie. but it's good. Don't watch it if you're under the age of 12.
Next movie I have, well, it's not a movie, it's a TV show, which if you want a new TV show to binge watch, it's amazing. It's called The Good Place.
This girl named Eleanor goes to like the good place, and Chidi and Hani and John Yu, all go to the good place, and they have to, and Eleanor's not supposed to be there, so it's got Kristen Bell in it, which is, if you didn't know, that's Anna from Frozen, and she's amazing. 10 out of 10, my favorite TV show. I don't agree with the things they put out there for it, which it's whatever, but it's a great TV show otherwise. So 9 out of 10. No, I mean 10 out of 10. What am I saying?
The next movie I have is Walk Ride Rodeo, which this is for all my rodeo fans out there. I'm a rodeo fan. If you know Amberly Schneider, basically everybody knows her story. It's in like the rodeo stuff. She's a barrel racer who she was in Rollins. Okay, she crashed in Rollins,
Wyoming, and it's a story about how she has no use of her legs or her hips or like any of that. So therefore, she has to learn to barrel race without the use of her legs and the struggles that comes with that. It's a great, inspiring movie. It's based on a true story. I give it 10 out of 10 because I like it so much, because it's so inspiring.
So the next movie I have on my list is Jessica Darling's Illest, which is a
Girl who's going into, I think, 7th grade, and that is middle school for them. And I watched this movie when I was in 4th grade. Terrible example of what middle school is at. What middle school is like. Just saying. But I did like it. The ending was kind of weird, but it's about this girl, and she tries to take advice from her older sister in her it list, but she realizes not all people are saying blah blah blah. I give it 8 out of 10. I don't know.
next movie I have on my list. It's kind of like a little kid one. It's from Nickelodeon. It's Mr. Lemoncello. Oh yeah, wait, the last one is Jessica Darling's. Never mind. Mr. Lemoncello's Library.
It's a really good movie. It's about how these kids get selected to go to the library. It's kind of like Willy Wonka. It's literally Willy Wonka, but like for smart people, I guess you could say. So they go to a library and they have to figure out a way to get out. It's like all magical and it's like really good. 9 out of 10.
So guys, we're gonna get on and we are going to go to Disney Plus now, which I have 10 here too. The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan in it. I like both the Parent Traps, but I don't know if the original is on there. But if it is, yeah.
So one of the twins lives in England, and the other one lives in California. And the one in California is her dad's getting married, and the one in England, her mom's just like a rich designer. And they meet each other at summer camp, realize they look exactly alike. They put the picture together. Oh my gosh, they're sisters. So then they switch places, and if you watch the movie, which you probably already have, there you go. The next, and I give that movie a 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for the original, 9 out of 10 for this one, just because it's not the original. Okay, I'm boring like that.
The next movie I have, oh my gosh, this one's a triology. The Princess Diaries, which is one of my favorites on this list because it's just so good. Like, so freaking good.
So, this girl, Mia Thermopolis, she's weird looking, scary looking, and one day they're like, oh yeah, you're a princess or whatever. So then she has to like be able to become the queen because her grandma's like old and stuff, and her grandma, the actor, Julie Andrews, shares the same birthday with me. We're pretty cool. So yeah, it's super good, and she has to figure out a way to do it. In the second movie, and all the mean girls are now nice to her after she got the makeover, and people are really nice to her and using her for attention. 10 out of 10.
So the next movie I have is Mrs. Doubtfire, which I was recently
added. It's got Robin Williams in it, of course. It's about a guy who he goes through a really hard divorce and he's not allowed to see his kids anymore. He's not having it. He wants to see his kids, so he pretends to be a maid or a nanny for the kids, so he gets to hang out with his kids again because he misses them because he's a really good dad. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Next movie is Lilo and Stitch, classic Disney movie. It's
So, this little girl named Lilo, her parents lost her in a car crash. That's a dark start, anyway. And her sister, what's her sister's name? Lonnie, I think it's Lonnie. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's all like, trying to make sure her sister can't take her away. And Lilo, like, nobody likes her. But, like, one day an alien comes down, trying to escape from the international, intergalactical planet. I don't know. And I'm sorry, I'm blanking. I'm so tired for no reason. I've literally done nothing all day. He's like, yeah, this is a dog. He pretends to be a dog, and they get hunted down, and like Lilo accidentally gets kidnapped. It's a good movie. You should watch it. 9 out of 10.
I'm pretty sure everybody's been talking about it. It's really good. So it's about where this fish boy thing, sea monster. Oh my gosh, that fly will not leave me alone.
The sea monster named Luca finally goes onto land because he's wanting to his whole life. It's a kid named Alberto. He's also a sea monster. Alberto's dad left him, and then they go to town because they go to the human city because they want to experience life that's not in the ocean. And they meet a girl, and then they have to go through this whole bike race. It's really good. You should watch it. 9 out of 10 just because it's like weird. I don't know.
Just read it and weep, which I watched this movie quite a few years ago, so I might not know it perfectly. I thought, my whole life I thought it was Bridget Mendler in it, but it's not.
So it's about this, I think it's about this girl. So she has a diary, and then she's trying to write something for like her school story or something, or like send it to like an author's to get published. And it's got like all the tea in it, and it's really funny. But she was using different people's names in it the whole time, so nobody knew it was like them at school. And then like, she gets famous. Yeah. 10 out of 10, it was really good. No, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, it was really good.
The next movie I have is the Teen Beach movies, which everybody hates on these movies so hard, but every summer since they came out, we watch them on the first day of summer because, yeah.
So it's about where these two surfers, one of them is super smart, the other one's just like a basic surfer guy. And she needs to go like get an education, and he's just like, no, I love you. And then the last day before she has to leave, she just is like, I'm gonna ride the waves here one more time. And then they get sucked into their Brady's favorite TV show. That's the guy, and Mac, which is the girl. And then they just have to play along, and then they accidentally make these characters fall in love with them, and that's a whole mess. And they have to find a way to get home. 10 out of 10. Which I so hated on, but they're so good to me. And then so
the next movie I have is Twitches, which I'd rate this one like 11 out of 10, 10 out of 10 technically. Which it's about
these two girls. They find out they're twins because like they never knew each other. One grew up in poverty, the other one grew up in like being rich, and they're from like this other world, and they have like guardians watching over them. So then they find out that they're sisters and twins, and then they have magical powers for some reason. Oh yeah, because they're from the other, whatever. And they find out they have magical powers whenever they work together because they're witches. They're teen witches. So, and they have to stop the darkness from enveloping them in the whole world. 10 out of 10. Then the last movie
I have is a very classic movie, Mermaid, which this is one of my favorite. This is my favorite movie when I was little, which I know it's a little kid movie, but like I mean, like sucks.com. So guys,
it's about, if you haven't watched it already, which I'm 90% sure half of you have, it would be, so this girl named Eric, this mermaid named Ariel wants to be a human because she saved Prince Eric from a shipwreck, and they fell in love with each other. Don't know how that happened, but like whatever. And he fell in love with her and stuff just by seeing her because she saved him. And then you know why I keep looking that way? It's because I keep looking at stuff in my room. Sorry. So then they're like, oh yeah. And so she like sells her soul to. Her soul's like, oh yeah, here's your voice. So she has to make him fall in love with her in 3 days, while she's stuck being Ursula's little weed. Anyway.
So guys, that's gonna wrap it up for my Disney Plus and Netflix recommendations. Thank you all for watching, and if you made it to this point, comment Pixar. So yeah, I hope you all have a great day or night or whatever you're doing. Yeah, Jesus loves you. I love you. Bye, Shady Bays.
And I said to myself, well, this is all I